Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Food School Smarter, Stronger, Leaner podcast. I'm very happy for many reasons. First reason is because it's morning and I'm healthy, alive, happy with my family. So that's enough good reason to be super happy. But besides that, today is 10 days before New Year, before our new new decade for all of us. So, if there is something that you need to wrap up, or if there is something that you want to start to solidify it, to bring it strong into 2020, 10 days till 2020, you can do anything for 10 days and build some awesome habits during these 10 days. It's a good stretch of time to give yourself that foundation that will make you feel more confident in building new habits, new healthier habits in 2020. So start something for the next 10 days and bring that something into 2020 and beyond. So that's another reason why I'm so happy. I love counting days. I'm such a math geek. I'm always counting something. Calories, macros, vitamins, minerals. I love putting numbers and stuff in life. So 10 days till New Year, December 22nd. By the way, it's also the shortest day in the year, meaning that in places where daylight changes a lot, but probably in most places it's just not that noticeable. But for example, in Siberia, right, December 22nd, you have the least amount of sunlight, probably somewhere from 9:30, 9:40 to like 2:30, 2:40, and then it's gonna start building up. So that's another great news for us. It's gonna get lighter soon. Not so much, but still. And then yesterday I did my me only first masterclass, or my first event where people actually came to see me and paid money for my nutritional lifestyle health coaching or masterclass. But basically people who came, I wanted to give them some sort of system or basic understanding put into a system that people can apply right after leaving my masterclass to start feeling better, looking better, performing better on all levels, and have this foundational understanding of what healthy lifestyle, what healthy eating actually means, and what it can look like in their lives. So it was 2-hour event, and I absolutely love speaking and sharing it. What I realized, guys, is that I really love doing events, and I want to do an event every single week. That's my goal for 2020. And that being said, of course it doesn't mean that I'm going to do some big event every single week, or sometimes I'm going to have several events probably every single during the week. But what it means is I want to speak in front of people every single week. And with that goal in mind, that goal, when you define it like that, it's pretty doable. And the reason why I'm also telling you this is because some of you might want to do events too, or talks, or teach something. And what I'm trying to say is it doesn't have to be big, and specifically it doesn't have to start big. And probably you are much better off if it doesn't start big, because when you're just starting out, let's be honest, guys, we are not good at anything when we are starting out. And probably you don't want to see this huge crowd of people staring at you while you kind of fail. Not so much fail, but you're just not being your best, not being on your game. Even the best stand-up comedians, when they reach their fame and when they become really good at what they do, when they do new material, when they try new material, they still go to small clubs, to preferably crowds that don't know them, to try the stuff that they don't know if that works or if they're good at it, right? And so we all need to do the same. We need to practice, and then go to places with thousands of people looking at us. And also, we're gonna feel so much more confident when we already know what works, what we are good at. So start small, don't be afraid, and your big audacious goal doesn't have to start big audacious. Actually, it has to start small to even have a chance to grow into medium-sized vision and then grow big. So start small. that's my message for you for the next 10 days in 2020. Start, because if you don't start, nothing big gonna ever happen. You're never gonna have a chance to make anything happen. So I absolutely loved doing events. So if you want me to speak at your events about nutrition, healthy lifestyle, or online events or offline events, let me know. We'll see what we can do. And also what I learned, and that's the great thing about starting things, doing things, trying things, even if you are not sure if they work or not. The good thing about that is you always learn. And very important habit is to reflect on what you learned. Like yesterday when I came from masterclass, when I came home, I journaled about things I liked, that went good, that I didn't like, that were not as good, that people liked and people didn't like. And so next time I do my event, I'm gonna do better because I already have some experience. And I think the best thing that I learned about myself is that I absolutely love to speak and doing events when I don't have to be scripted. Like, I don't work well on scripts. I like to be in the moment and work with people and work with the moment and deliver what's best for people and for the moment in the best form possible. I remember my classes back at school. When we had to perform poetry, that was actually part of our literature classes, and we had to learn it by heart. And I almost never could deliver it with feelings and passion and emotions, only because it was so rigid. Like, you had your time spot and you knew the exact words, and you couldn't really do much but stand there and recite your poetry. So I couldn't really. I would always stumble, even though I have really amazing memory. I just don't work well with scripts. And for me, improvisation is actually not stressful. I actually love improvising. But that being said, some people also ask me, like, how long did you get ready? Guys, I've been getting ready for the past 2 decades of my life. So I know the material, and improvisation comes easier. If you start something completely new that you are not as knowledgeable about, or you haven't spent the last decade of your life studying in, that probably it will require more preparation. But for me, the most preparation was to put structure in my head, like what I want to deliver, what I want to talk first, how I want to start, what I want people to take away from this class, and then the rest, I allowed the rest to follow. I got a lot of questions, I answered questions during the class, and then I focused on the topics and on the points that were the most interesting to my audience, not to me, because I know what's in my head, but I wanted to deliver something that's going to be the most useful to people. So that's a little side talk about goals, about learning from your experiments, your trials, and about starting small and building your way up to your big vision. To get big, you need to start small. That's the takeaway. And now we are back to our vitamins and minerals. And for the next 10 days, you will hear from me every single day. And you don't have to listen to me every single day. But then when you want to get through the whole course and learn everything about everything that we know about vitamins and minerals that we need, and you want to learn it, you want to repeat it, and you want to rebuild your menu, your meal plan, so you get as much nutrition as possible, so you look best, you perform your best, you feel your best, you get sick less, you have a lot of energy, you go to doctors very rarely or never. Your skin, your hair, your body look amazing and everything. So that's what this course is all about, how to eat your macros, because probably you are already eating your macros, your proteins, your fats, your carbohydrates with no problem at all. But micronutrients, it's a tricky part. A lot of our foods, and especially food products, refined and processed, are either really poor or completely deficient in those essential vitamins, minerals, and fatty acids, and some other substances that our body needs to function properly on all levels. Today we are talking about vitamin B6 and vitamin B7. B7 is also called biotin, so very important vitamins, as most of the B vitamins. Like, guys, if you are on some sort of vegan vegetarian diet, just please be sure to supplement with these B vitamins. Or your depressive states, your mood swings, your lack of energy, just feeling weak, all of that can be contributed to deficiency in B vitamins. And as nature made it, most of the B vitamins in their digestible and absorbable form are in animal products, and not the most fanciest products, not like in beefsteaks, even though beef has a lot of it, but things like liver and egg yolks that a lot of people are afraid of, scared by cholesterol myth, or just not fans of liver, don't know how to cook it, etc. But let's just begin. So vitamin B6. Vitamin B6. If you are experiencing insomnia, problems with your mood and mental health. By the way, guys, being in a negative mood all the time is a problem. It is a medical problem, and most probably it is caused by some biochemical imbalances, like not having enough B vitamins in your nutrition and thinking that supplementing is really a bad idea or not effective. But actually, supplementation, especially with B vitamins, can be pretty good. With some vitamins, like we talked about, you gotta be careful, like B3, niacin, but most of them are actually the supplements, absorbable pretty well, especially if you eat it with meals, containing similar foods, and also they are really easy to get from almost any kind of good quality multivitamin. So, but anyway, back to vitamin B6. So if you're experiencing insomnia, problems with mood and mental health, anemia, so those are the biggest clues for needing more vitamin B6. And vitamin B6, guys, it's very important also for your immune system, brain and blood health. It reduces tiredness and fatigue and supports your healthy hair. So you see, even beauty depends on your vitamins. You actually, if you look at most hair supplements in maybe in a pharmacy or any healthy food store, then you will see vitamin B6 in almost all of those supplements. So check it out. But besides that, guys, so vitamin B6, where can we get it? A little nutritional yeast every day is the best insurance against deficiency, and we need just somewhere about 1.5. I would eat probably 2 teaspoons, heaping teaspoons of nutritional yeast. Also, as we learned previously, for thiamine, or that carbohydrate burning vitamin, burning carbohydrates, helping to burn carbohydrates for energy, thiamine can also be found in nutritional yeast very easily and in not so many other foods. So I'm thinking of getting my nutritional yeast supplement today or tomorrow and start eating it, because I want to eat my vitamins and minerals from foods as much as possible. And that's why I'm really looking forward to trying nutritional yeast supplement. It's supposed to be actually quite tasty, have like kind of like cheesy taste, but you need to eat it also raw, maybe in salads or smoothies, something like that, not cooked, because cooking reduces the amount of at least vitamin B6 and probably vitamin B1 too. So anyhow, guys, so nutritional yeast, that is not really food, is your best B6 source. Also, B6 can be found in a lot of animal foods. So it can be found in liver, our favorite liver, fresh tuna, salmon, chicken and turkey breast, top round and eye of round beef steak. So basically beef steak would have some. Again, I'm using Chris Masterjohn newsletter and some other resources of mine. And for that, but to get your vitamin B6 from even those richer in B6 food sources, you will need to eat somewhere around, let me see, 15 ounces of that, so like a pound of animal products a day. So that's why I'm looking at nutritional yeast for that one. Because even for me, eating, well, a pound actually I can easily eat of animal products per day, and I probably am eating every day, but not necessarily the ones that are always rich in vitamin B6. So for that specific vitamin B6, that is super important for your mental health, for your immune system, for your energy, also to make your hair beautiful. So for B6, it probably really makes sense to eat your nutritional yeast or supplement with good either B6 supplement or whole multivitamin supplement. So let's and also just want to read you a little bit more about what B6 does in our body. So B6 converts amino acids into neurotransmitters, and we need neurotransmitters each time our brain cells communicate between each other. So it's very important. If we don't have, and that's why a lot of people who are deficient in vitamins, especially in vitamins B, but especially in vitamin B6, have some sort of mental disorders or emotional disorders that also, of course, related to how our brain works, because when our neurons cannot communicate well, we get depressed, we get emotional, we get mood swings. It's like your brain cells are designed to communicate between each other for optimal functioning, and there is not enough raw material to make it happen, and that basically makes your brain really sad and also doesn't allow it to work as fast as it could. Also, when you have too much of one amino acid, B6 helps to convert it to the form that we need. And it also converts amino acid into glucose or into energy when we don't have enough of it. Also, a lot of protein that we eat, as we talked before, generate ammonia. And if we don't get rid of this, we'll smell funny and feel low in energy and like crap, basically. And so B6 also helps to convert that ammonia into something that we can pee out. So very important to have our B6, especially on a high protein diet. When we store carbohydrates in our muscles and later want to use it for workouts, B6 helps to release the stored carbohydrates so we can use them. And then it helps to make hemoglobin, which we use to carry oxygen in our blood. And guys, if we don't carry oxygen well enough in our blood, our brain not going to work well enough, and none of our cells will going to work well enough. So B6 is very important for that too. Then also, if you have like histamine intolerance, if you have problem with homocysteine, and if you have heart problems, you're familiar with the term, then B6 also might help to relieve your systems. It helps you to clear out of your system histamine if you have allergies for high histamine foods. So a lot of us guys, sometimes we have allergies or intolerances for certain foods because we do not have the vitamins or minerals or other compounds that help our body to clear that out of our body. So that's why it's also very important to have all these vitamins and minerals in our food supply. And the thing is, before, when we used to eat a variety of foods because we didn't have a choice, and we used to eat a variety of plant foods and animal foods, we would eat anything to survive before our food industry fully developed, providing us food when we need it or don't need it, and whether we want it or not. Like, food is available 24/7, right? But there is so much choice, and yesterday during my masterclass I talked about that. There is too much choice but no guidelines, and so people choose a lot of times the same foods that might be higher in some nutrients but really low or non-existent in other nutrients. And that's why it's very dangerous, our food system right now. You can be deficient in so many things because you're eating the same stuff, or you're just eating highly processed foods that are deficient in a lot of those essential for our health and well-being nutrients. So to sum up, vitamin B6, super important for energy, for your mental health, super important to create hemoglobin and carry oxygen around your blood, super important for our hair health and hair beauty. Also, if you have intolerances to high histamine foods, B6 will help with that. If you are on a high protein diet, you need B6 to clear out the ammonia and not to smell funky and feel like crap. And to use carbohydrates from the stored carbohydrates for energy for workouts. As you can see, you need B6 from for a lot of things, and you need to eat quite a lot of animal products to get it. And most of you will be eating that much, but you need the variety. And also, guys, besides the variety, of animal products, you would also need to eat quite a lot of it. So that's what I was saying, and to get your B6. So that's why get some nutritional yeast. If you need help figuring out where to get it, what it looks like, or how to eat it, feel free to reach out. My email, let's talk on Skype, WhatsApp, or phone call to create a menu plan that you can actually do, that makes sense to you, that you love, that delivers maximum nutrition to you. But that's it for B6. And today we're also covering B7, so it's going to be a long episode, guys, but I'm trying to make it short, actually. So B7, why do you need B7 or biotin? It plays a key role in the metabolism of fats. And fats, guys, not only you need to be able to use it for energy, but also every single membrane of every single cell is made of fats, and we use fatty acids for many different things, creating hormones, different chemical reactions, to reduce inflammation in our body, to create inflammation in our body when we need to, for example, cure some acute infection. A lot of things we need B7 for. It's also plays key role in the metabolism of proteins and sugars and creation of energy, plays a role in gene function and maintenance of our immune system. So B7, another really important vitamin. Also, if you have a red scaly skin on your face and genitals, if you are depressed, tired all the time, and have various neurological problems, that can also mean that you are deficient in this vitamin. Good news is, if you're an egg eater, you can get your vitamin B7 or biotin in 3 eggs a day, or a serving of liver. So, but eggs gotta be the best way to get your biotin from eggs, for example. That is quite an interesting part about a lot of vitamins and minerals, is not all the ways that we can eat that vitamin will work. So for example, for B7 biotin, in order to get it from eggs, from those 3 eggs that we need to eat, we need to actually eat the yolk. If you can eat just the yolk, then that's perfect, because there is a compound in egg white that actually can bind to biotin and prevent you from absorbing it. If you eat egg whites and egg yolks, the amount of egg yolks and the compounds in egg yolks will help your body to get the vitamin B7 and digest and absorb, so you're fine. But also, if you boil your eggs, my favorite way to cook it is boil it to the point when the white is hard and the yolk is kind of soft. So that seems to be the best way to consume our eggs to get all the biotin, all the B7 that we need. So 3 eggs will do. And of course, the better quality of the eggs, pastured, organic, all of that, the more biotin and other nutrients you're gonna get. And here again, vegetarians, vegans, your best bet is things like nuts, seeds, fruit and vegetables for vegans, but you need to eat a lot of it in bulk, and nobody really sure how much you can absorb, because your body will need to break down the sugars that usually biotin is bind to, and also the work through all the fibers to actually get that biotin. Eggs and liver in that regard are much easier for your body to absorb, digest, plus the biotin in eggs and liver will be in the form that our body prefers. So biotin, let's talk a little bit more to motivate you to eat more of it. Biotin does a lot of things in our body, but I think the most important part is that it helps to create those it helps to convert the fatty acids that we get from our foods into the ones that we actually need. And also the same goes to amino acids. So biotin helps with converting different fatty acids and also different amino acids into the ones that we use. Also, it helps to, let me just look something up here. So yeah, just wanted to read to you something I find interesting. So biotin doesn't just make new fatty acid, it also takes smaller fatty acids and makes them bigger. Eventually in this course, eventually in the email course that I told you I'm using parts of to create this podcast course for you. So biotin helps us convert the smaller ones, the smaller fatty acids in plant oils, into the bigger ones that we get from animal foods and that a lot of times we need. Also, pantothenic acid that we talked about, or vitamin B5, breaks apart food molecules into pieces, and then other B vitamins help to extract energy. But biotin needs to create that fire let me see. Yeah, so vitamin B5 helps us to break down proteins into amino acids, and then B5 helps us to actually metabolize those amino acids once they're broken down by B5 vitamins. So what I'm trying to deliver here to you guys is that a lot of B vitamins is like a lot of vitamins and minerals and all the compounds that we get from our food and we need from our food. They work only if they're in a system. It's like our whole lifestyle. In order for us to feel the best and look the best, we need to eat right, we need to sleep well, we need to exercise, we need to manage our stress. A lot of things gotta come together in order for us to feel amazing. So the same for nutrition. In order for it to work perfectly for us, we need to put as many pieces as it's humanly possible into one puzzle, and then it works perfectly, and then it creates this amazing picture of health, well-being, and vitality. And so B7 vitamin that you can get again from 3 egg yolks, that you can get from liver, and you can also get B7 from some peanuts, but again, and other nuts, but peanuts, especially peanut butter, specifically higher in vitamin B7. You can get it, some of it you can get from fish, from salmon. So B6, B7, B7 vitamin, or what I was talking about, guys. So B6 you can get from nutritional yeast, and then B7 you can get from 3 egg yolks or a serving 3-4 ounces of liver. And so these are very important for your mental health, for energy creation, for removing ammonia as a byproduct of proteins from your system that can make you smell funky and feel crappy. Also, if you have red scaly skin on your face or genitals, or have neurological disorders, B6, B7, those vitamins you need to either start supplementing, that I don't recommend as a first solution. I do recommend you to look into foods first, and also add supplements if you are already experiencing a lot of problems, and if you just don't see yourself eating all of these foods that work always the best. So nutritional yeast, 2 teaspoons, look into that. 3 egg yolks, cooked in boiled, is the best way to get your biotin, and or serving of liver that also, as we know, delivers vitamin A, vitamin some in other vitamins, B1, B2, B3, right? Some of them at least liver will deliver. That's why I love liver so much, because it delivers so many vitamins. In any case, guys, to cut the long story short, so B vitamins, B6, B7, nutritional yeast, and egg yolks and liver. And guys, stay tuned for all the other episodes. We will continue our vitamins, and we also, of course, will talk about minerals and fatty acids and some other compounds that you might never have heard about. But the most important, the biggest idea that you want to build into your head somehow through this whole course is that all these vitamins and nutrients, they are needed. And if you're not feeling well, and we usually know when we are not feeling well, chances are you're just not eating what your body actually needs. And if you're confused at some point by all of this information in this course and feeling like you're not able to create your own healthy and nutritious meal plan, then feel free to reach out. Let's have a quick chat on Skype, on WhatsApp, or phone, and I will help you to create the best menu that you probably ever had in your life, and most importantly, in the way that actually works for you. So reach out, stay tuned, and as usual, till next time, eat better daily.